Welcome back to the Rebel Roast Morning Show. My name is Kevin, joined as always by my co-host.
Good.
Hold on, I'm not done.
I know.
Joined
I
as
wanted to cut
always
you
by
off.
my hold on, I'm not done. Joined as always by my co-host, co-pilot, co-partner. First night in the house. What's up, brother?
Good morning. Good morning.
I gotta tell you, I feel it in my bones that NFTs are
Fucking hyped
really,
today.
coming back. What do you think?
I think so.
I think so too. What happens when we put some names up here? All right.
Why do you sound so like far away?
Do I?
Oh, now you sound better. That was weird.
Okay. Let me just put my mouth right on this thing. Is this better?
Yeah, you like doing that? Seems like you like doing that.
Don't worry about what I like to do. Okay, it's my microphone. Right before we went live at 8:52,
Yeah.
I had to step out to do a quick
You
task.
did, yeah.
Now I accomplished the task in time to return for us to go live on time out of respect for our 29 viewers and the rest that will soon join us. But I have to tell you that my erratic driving is going to hurt my Geico safe driving score, where they track
That's okay. You
all my
live.
driving habits.
How many laws did you break doing what you were just doing?
About 12 and a half.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
No.
If you are watching with us, give us a shout out, say hello, maybe like the video or something. You can retweet it. I don't know how social media works, but we encourage you to, show some love. We don't have any ads on here. We're not making you watch commercials. Just
Say what's up in the comments.
just say hi.
I know.
Give
Say
us a
hi.
like,
Why
a
am I so
retweet,
like? Is it because it's early in the morning?
a comment, a bookmark.
For some people, it's not early though. For most people watching, it's probably not early.
That's true. That is
Where
true.
is retro? It should be here because it's early in the morning.
Yeah. We are going to do a battle at the end of today's show. So we will close out the portal in just a little bit.
We are going to do a battle today.
We are going to do, this will be battle number 7. Do you remember how many battles there are total?
10.
Yeah, we're like almost done.
Yeah. Hey, talking about battles, we didn't do the payouts yet from last battle because there was an issue with the form. Is that fixed yet?
Not that I'm aware of. We can do our own math and then get that done today, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to see if
I want to do this
our
payouts.
dev can
I
identify these.
promised the crowd I was doing payouts that day, and you make me look bad.
Well, you are a known
you.
liar, so I can totally
was you.
understand.
That's a lie.
Let's take a quick look at that battle bracket, just to get a sense of where we are, where we're going. Let's do a little bit of this guy here. Hold on. Let's do a screen share. Let's share the screen. Boom. All right. And actually, I want to try one thing. Let's try something real fast here. Let's try a little bit of this. That didn't work.
A bit of this.
A little bit of that. A little bit of this. Hold on.
Where's everybody today?
God damn. So this is our battle. And today we're going to run Shogun versus Bushi. That leaves 3 battles. The next will be the last battle from round 2 for $75. And then after that, we move into the $150 per battle. We'll have
$150.
Warrior versus Kenshi will be battle 8. Samurai Sohi. Is that true? 9, 10, and then 11. Is it 11? I don't understand. Anyway, we'll figure this out. But either way, we're coming close to the end of season 1. I think we've learned a lot. We appreciate everyone who's kind of joined along with us
and giving us feedback.
Giving us some feedback. It's all very helpful for us. And it helps us kind of focus where season 2 needs to go. Give me 1 second here. I want to try one other thing. I'm trying to make this fit better onto the screen. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. So that's where we're gonna do Shogun versus Bushi later. So hold on, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, today is 6. So then we have 6. Then Warrior Kenshi is 7. Samurai Sohai is 8. 9 is the bottom bracket based on today's winner. And then we'll have the final battle. So we're still about 4 weeks away. So about a month till we get to the final battle of $250
Mhm.
prize pool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Not bad, not bad.
Let's try one more thing here. No. Okay, good. All right. So I told you I had an embarrassing story to share with you.
Yep. Yes, you did.
I don't know if this word I want to use is like
Am I gonna laugh
banned.
about this or no?
I don't know. It's just there's a word related to the story that might get us kicked off of YouTube or something. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know exactly how this
I
works.
don't think so.
Okay. The other day after school, my son and his friend wanted to go to the park, so I took
Mhm.
them to the park.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when they're in the park, they're running around, and I'm just kind of standing in the middle, just like turning and following them wherever they go, right? So I can keep my eyes on my kids.
Uh-huh.
That's the responsible thing to do, or at least my kid and his friend. I'm in charge of that kid's life when I have his friend with me.
Yep.
So I'm standing there just watching these kids, and somebody comes up to me and says, "Excuse me, are you here with any kids?" I said,
The
"Yeah."
one line you don't want to ever hear.
I was like, is there a problem? She's like, not if you're here with any kids. And I'm like, oh boy, do I give off that vibe that I'm just in parks alone checking out little kids?
Wow, that's
Yeah, I
crazy.
know. I left like dazed. I was dazed after that. I was like,
Was it
whoa,
was
is
it a
that?
lady that asked you this question?
It was a lady. Now I wonder if a woman was standing there alone watching kids, would somebody confront her?
I don't know. It's a good great question though.
There are some laws in some states that say like you can't be in a park without children,
Yeah.
but this is not my first time taking my kid to the park, and I'm not like standing next to him holding his hand to be very apparent that I'm with him. So I don't know if it's when I started shaving my head that I started giving off these vibes that, you know, I don't know what
You
it
shouldn't
is.
shave your head anymore.
I don't know if I was
Were you
like,
wearing a hat?
no,
That's
maybe
why
I was
then.
like licking my lips because they were
Wait,
chapped or
did you have
something. I don't know.
did you did you have the bowl head wait, did you have glasses on?
No, I don't wear glasses.
Just in case, I know you had the bowl head and the glasses is just
Was
weird,
I
and the
taking
beard.
pictures of multiple different kids? No, I was not. So I don't know.
That's weird.
Drop a comment. Let me know. Do I give off that vibe that I am in the park without other kids, watching other kids? You let me know what's going on here. Ay, ay, ay.
Believe that happened to you. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that was a little
I
disappointing.
haven't been to a park in, like, years, bro.
It's because you're heartless.
It's because, I have everything I need in my house. I don't
No,
need to go to
that
a
is
park.
totally the wrong answer. First of all, being outside has its own benefits. I
I
have
have a
everything I need in my house.
I have a backyard
I have a backyard.
and a
Listen,
front
you
yard.
also have a nephew. Why don't you
That's true.
volunteer to take him to the park like a good
Nah,
Tio?
nah,
Nah, forget
nah.
that kid. He's got his own parents that have
I
to deal
don't
with
do
that stuff.
kids, bro.
All right, I want to share with you this project that's been, I don't want to say it's going viral, but definitely getting the eyes of a lot of people. And I will tell you, when I saw this artwork, I was like, that is beautiful. That is
Hit me.
beautiful.
What is it?
Let's do a little more screen share. This is a project from an artist named Eighth Project. Whoop, I don't know what I just did. And have you seen this?
Nah.
Okay. So Eighth
Mention
Project is an artist. He's been around for a very long time, but he made this Art Deco Pokemon collection.
Mhm.
Are you starting to see it when you look at these? You see Pokemon?
Nope.
Are you serious?
No, I see it. Isn't there, like, some sort of infringement law or something against that?
Well, I think these are so abstract you might be able to
Get away with it?
get away with it.
If that's the
Maybe.
case, then we're gonna do some abstract
No.
some
The
abstract.
Ranger is not abstract at all.
It is super abstract.
Anyway, so I want this collection to be accessible to everyone, so I've decided to change the min price to 0.019 ETH. So this was on May 26th. He dropped the price because it was sitting at like one minted. Nobody was minting
Mhm.
it. May 26th. How many days ago is that?
I don't know, dude.
It's 3 days ago. Within
I
a
don't even
few
know what today's
hours,
day is.
some other people picked it up, started tweeting about it, and it sold out. And then the floor price hit 2. ETH.
Oh shit! Really?
Isn't that crazy? It's dropped down a little bit now. So let's look at
Second
the
weekend
price. It's
hit
called
2 weeks.
Supermon
Crazy.
151. You can see it minted out. It ended. No, that's not the right one. So right now the floor is almost 1 ETH. It's 0.9. And volume 23, almost 24 ETH.
Wow, pretty good.
From a project that was sitting, nowhere. It wasn't going anywhere. But it just takes one person to give it the right audience, to spread it out to the right audience.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at this and you don't see the crab Pokemon in this?
No, I see it.
Okay.
I
I
see.
look at these and I can see most of them, and they're beautiful. And what the artist shared is that he spent like a day at a time drawing and painting one of these and creating each one of them individually for months. So this is truly like a real art project, and I just love the style of it. I love the abstractness of it. I love the nod to Pokemon. I mean, look at this one. Look at this Squirtle right here. Like, that is gorgeous, is it not?
No, that's pretty cool. I like it.
So cool, so cool. Um, and again, it's just totally blown up, and I
Yeah.
think it's an exciting thing to see for a art project as an NFT, to just be like, yeah, if people are still interested in this, people are still wanting to buy this. So a tweet that came out around that was from Adam Hollander, who we've talked about a number of times. He's a very positive face for the NFT space. He now
Mhm.
works for OpenSea, but he says, a few days ago, I noticed that an artist I'd been following for months had a collection that was sitting stagnant. Several days with 1 out of 151 minted, to the point where they even lowered the price, but without any traction. The artist spends months drawing these by hand, and I actually really liked the collection. I bought 5 of them and tweeted about it purely because I wanted to support them.
Interesting.
People slowly started minting. After about 30 minutes, another 145 pieces sold. The artist finally got validation for his hard work. Shortly after, a few notable folks started posting about it. Easy Eats from Bodagos shared that he really wanted to find a particular one, which coincidentally he had minted, so he sent it to him for free. Then Pranksy noticed it and bought a bunch more. He says, this was a huge W for digital art and NFTs in my view, and I spoke with the artists. They were ecstatic. To be clear, none of this had to do with my connection, my role at OpenSea. There was no promotion. The collection was not featured. People can say what they want, but to be clear, I've showed up here every day for 4 years, operating with integrity, transparency, and genuine love for the space. So, it reminds me of Alyssa, who, she just needed the right person to be listening and paying attention for her to kind of get that spark. And yeah, I was just really happy to look at this collection and kind of browse through it and peruse through it. So I encourage all of you to kind of just take a look, again, just from a pure appreciation for art, that he's got his own style here and his own interpretation of these things. And I think it came out just beautifully. So number one is Pikachu, which I think is cool as hell. And you see the little Bulbasaur here. Can you see Bulbasaur? No. So anyway, what are your thoughts about this collection? You think it's cool? Something you would have
Yeah,
wanted?
no, I like it. It's cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. The floor is very thin too. This could jump back up easily to 2 within just a few buys. So anyway, I was happy to see art making a return there. Let's look at another project from your boy Pons over at The Plague. Did you see
Yeah,
this?
I did see that. Yeah, I saw it this
Okay.
morning actually.
Yeah, so Pons is behind Grind the coin, and I've been seeing this Grind coin all over the timeline with the pink hat put onto other NFTs. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says the next community that will get an allocation of Grind is Jirasan. Sean and Jirasan team are building an empire around their RDAC coin.
Nice.
They are real builders in the space. I'm happy to have the Jirasan community join us. If you're a Jirasan holder, head to the Plague Discord and get your role. I have done that. Have you done that?
The rolls, yeah.
You joined the Plague Discord?
Not the plague. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, so that's a next step for anyone who's a Jira holder. Head over to the Plague Discord, which is in his bio. Don't click weird things, and then you can verify your wallet, and it'll give you the role showing that you have Jirasan. I think it also recognized my undead, my genuine undead.
Oh, so
So
you
there
went
might
in
be.
it already?
I went in it already.
Oh,
This is what happens when I can't sleep at 2 a.m. You know what I do. So when you look at grind the coin, again, you see this pink hats, little
mhm.
pink hat action. The People's Meme coin on the People's Chain. Now, it says grind coming soon. It joined last March, so I don't quite know what happens in the last year. But again, you're seeing people from different projects posting, so it's definitely getting some attention. This pink hat can be added to, your NFT. You just upload an image. Would you like us to do it? Should we give it a shot?
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Why not?
All right. He had posted the link to get your own hat right here. Hatgrindcoin.fun. I have it already pulled up. What are the odds? I was ready. Who knew? Okay, so there's different hats, just facing different angles depending on where you have it. So you can choose. I've got a couple ants here. Let's go with this ant. And now we can pick a hat. Now, I'm not going to lie. I did play around with this a little bit. And I will show you what did or didn't work here. So I'm going to choose this forward-facing hat. I'm going to hit generate. What we're going to see is that the ant's head is a little big. It's a little big. But there are some other options here that we can play with.
So you already played with this?
I was just kind of messing around because I wanted to see how it would look on the ant. I didn't check it on the ants with the bandanas on their head. So we'll take a look at that in a second. But this is I don't know. Is this AI? Is that what this is doing? Is that what you would call this? It's
I don't know.
combining these two images. You can start to see the image coming together here. And then you can save the image.
Right. I don't know if it's a layer though. It should be just a layer on top.
I think it's just a layer. Here it is. Okay. So actually that one doesn't look too bad. Yeah. So let's copy that. Copy image to clipboard. Can I tweet it? Actually, you know what? I wonder what the share button is. Share image. Does it give me a... No, it doesn't generate the Twitter post. So let's test it. No, playing around with grind coin hat layers on Rebel Ants. $ grind, baby. All right. Let's take a look at what it does with a bandana. So here's a bandana. Let's try like a backwards hat. Let's see what it does. Oh boy, you see it's already putting it on top. It's not going to work out very well. I can tell. We'll see how it is, and maybe we do a front-facing one instead. But it's fun. You know why? Because this has the grind name on it, so people using it are helping promote it, right? It's not like the layer creators that we have where it's just changing the image a bit. This is sort of helping spread the virality of the coin. So very interesting. So here comes.
Hey, check your ETH wallet.
Okay, this actually wasn't bad. Look at that.
What?
This one wasn't bad.
What wasn't bad?
So look at this image here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
It put the grind hat on.
No, I like that. Yeah. Looks
It
cool.
did something weird though. It put the brim of the hat up front and the back of the hat, which is not really what the image is. It also changed the bandana because look, the original bandana is red and now here it's green.
So maybe that's why it's AI generated.
So yeah, I think it's AI doing something to kind of make it fit. So still cool. I love it. Getting people involved, giving people something to do, something for people to post. So I'm into it.
Can you check your ETH wallet and see if you got any ETH in there?
Are you really sending me ETH right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this my big payday?
It could be.
Can I buy shoes?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I got ETH now.
You do, right?
Yeah, where'd that come from?
Was it a substantial amount?
Can I say the amount?
No.
Okay.
Just say yes or no.
Hold on, let me put it to you in the chat. You tell me.
That's such a jerk.
Can I go buy more NFTs with this?
Oh, that's good. That's pretty good.
What does that amount from?
That's from V1s.
That's not from V1.
Yeah, it is.
We didn't make that much at V1.
Yes, we did.
Okay. What should we do with those funds? Should we buy more NFTs? Should we support other communities?
You do what you want with those funds from V1s.
Whoa, Papa's getting new shoes. One. I can get one shoe, not even a pair, just like a left or right. I'll have to evaluate which
You
one.
can get a couple of pairs.
Oh, that's exciting. It's my first payout as a
Look how happy you are right
employee.
now. Look how happy you are.
We're gonna break even one day. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Anyway, go give Grind a follow, because the next community they announce might be one that you're holding. So you definitely want to just kind of be on top of this. They have announced a bunch of different communities. Which one am I looking at here? So are coming from the from Pons. Let's see if we can get back to him. Yeah. So if we look at Pons, you'll see the other. Let's see. What were the other ones? So that was Jira. This is Galactic Gecko. Maury's. One is Canasapien. So this is going to be an abstract coin. So it'll be interesting just to kind of get some more exposure to abstract and kind of see what's going on there. Yeah. So anyway, something to keep an eye out. Something, trending right now. Let's see how it goes. Okay. I do want to get back to Redacted, but before that, I just want to show this article, which again might be a little fear factor, a little scare tactics, but I thought it was an interesting, quick topic. BlackRock issues Bitcoin warning, says BTC source could be rendered flawed or ineffective by quantum computing.
Huh.
So really what this is speaking to is the difficulty to hash a Bitcoin, right? The computation, the computing power that it takes. And I guess the idea is that quantum computing will make this drastically easier and maybe, create some liability or some exposure opportunities. The article itself is very short. This is from the Daily Hold or Hodl, dailyhodl.com. Mm-hmm. It doesn't even get into anything too technical, but basically just saying this could open up a gate of saying it's too easy to mine Bitcoin now.
Yeah.
And I think we've always thought of Bitcoin as, flawless in that sense, that it can't be hacked, it can't be targeted like that. I mean, it could be just like any other one, there could be a 51% attack, yada, 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 but just something to keep an eye on. I thought it was an interesting point. As technology gets better, Bitcoin was created, it was launched in 2009, right? Maybe developed before that, as the birthday of it was early in the year. So even if this was being built in 2008, obviously computing power is so far beyond where we were then that I could see this changing the landscape of how this process works. Whereas, you have an Ethereum foundation, which is a centralized foundation, a centralized source that maybe would be able to respond to issues like this if they were to come up, right? So yeah. I think it's just that the two sides of that, of being entirely decentralized versus there is a foundation kind of behind it to kind of help keep it moving forward and develop it. So that was what I got. Okay, there were a few tweets about RDAC and Kumu and just some of the partnership going on there. I just wanted to highlight. And this one was from Casey, or as I like to say, Casey Montero. This was from yesterday. Kumu and RDAC is built to lead. 5-year head start, proven engagement model, self-sustaining creator economy, digitally fluent users, and a home in the Philippines, top 10 global crypto adoption, and one of the world's most engaged online populations on the planet. So,
right.
They're not starting small, right? Starting with Kumu is not starting small and scaling up. Like, this is already just starting big. And obviously with Casey's connection to both of these projects, he's able to kind of give it that head start that he's saying there. So this isn't about, let's see if this works at a small scale and then build it up. He's talking about millions of users trading and tipping in RDAC all 24 hours a day. So
Mhm.
this will be really interesting to see how this scales out. Firestar says Kuma's got a solid head start. That Philippine market is so underrated for crypto adoption, and I think that just means you prove it in the Philippines and then it grows outside of that.
Well,
So
the Philippines is huge on crypto,
yeah,
like huge.
so the rest of the world, I think if they can prove that it works there, it'll work. It'll work elsewhere in the other even bigger markets. So let's
Yeah.
see. Let's see where it goes from there. And then there was another post from Sean, and this was from the day before the 27th, 2 days ago. Was chatting in the community, but just for clarity, revenue from Kumu and RDAC pilot campaign was used by Kumu to accumulate RDAC as part of the deal. It will continue to happen in bigger and better ways. Next campaign is ending by this week. So again, just continuing to buy up, which is what their commitment was from the beginning.
Mhm.
It was a market buy, their first ever crypto purchase, but it seemed to have hit a major sell wall or short, and there was a quick dump. As soon as chart movements are seen in, someone or a group come in to sell, and it's natural until the sell wall gets eaten up. Why should Kumu adopt RDAC as a native token if they're already making 8 figures? Revenue to market cap ratio never makes sense in Web3. Market caps are greater than revenue. For instance, Hyperliquid or Magic Eden or whatever, meaning for a Web2 company, it gives them an upside to acquire RDAC from their share of the revenue. Crypto is the future, but for a native Web2 company with zero native Web3 audience, it's a pain to adapt. They don't want to kill their audience product, but add more users and enhance and not to be left behind because of the speed of innovation. Philippines is one of the top 3 most crypto recognized countries in the world. Many still don't own, though. They want to buy, but not sure where or how. Unlike Web3 MFers who dump even $1 airdrop or are not happy with $1,000 airdrop for normies, it's always the moonshot. XRP and other memes are a clear example of how a cult without any understanding of market cap or utility just ape in and hold. This allows normies in the app to buy and earn and hodl. And Kumu hasn't expanded beyond the Philippines and Web2. For us, it's a fast forward with an existing Web2 streaming audience, which a lot of
Very
us,
true.
a lot of products are trying to achieve. Yeah. So I think that's the key point is that this is a Web2 audience that is going to just evolve into Web3, even if it's behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So really excited to kind of follow this along and see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I mean, I think they're really doing a good thing with Kumo there because if you think about it, they're importing people into Web3 just the same way that not the same way, but I'm gonna say in a way sort of like Pudgies, right? That is Web2 based, but yet
Right.
they're pushing them into Web3. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Right. They've got the platform of Web3.
Yeah.
But they essentially have Web2 users. Right.
Correct. Yeah.
We got a GM here from Vicky Licious. I've not seen that name before.
Hello, Vicky.
Maybe this is her first time watching. So, Vicky, thanks for joining the Rebel Ants on the Rebel Roast Show. Pleasure to have you with us.
So I think I mean, Redacted is. I love it, honestly.
Speaking of Redacted,
I think Redacted's going to be one of the top coins at some point or another, maybe a few years from now.
Yeah. I don't disagree. And I was playing around on their website because I like to click around. And they have a white paper listed. Have you ever read their white paper?
I did, yeah.
It's not short.
It's not.
And it's quite dense. But it's really interesting just to kind of see where their head is at. Especially it's sort of like a snapshot of where is RDAC starting from, right? Where is Redacted starting from? Because as they grow, as they continue to build, it'll change the dynamic. They might offer a new product that totally changes how the other products work together, and it'll maybe just turn this whole platform on its head. Not to say that RDAC, the coin, would change, but the Redacted group itself might look different in a year, in 3 years from now, as it grows and evolves. What I was interested to learn when I was reading this was that RDAC stands for something. Each letter stands for something, but it makes me wonder, was it that the letter, they came up with the definition of the letter after they came up with the name Redacted, or vice versa? Is it a chicken or the egg sort of thing? So let me just scroll through quick, talk about what that was.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah.
So RDAC stands for, let me find it again. I've been trying to read through this
I think you passed it
3 times. No, I didn't. Here it is. The Redacted platform is the central access point for the ecosystem. Users log into a Redacted profile to review their recent activities in crypto asset holdings. So there's real users with robust technology for counter fraud and anti-bot measures,
Mhm.
data from on and off-chain sources to analyze user behavior, activity across all products to provide accurate insights, and C, commitment for Redacted to reward user engagement and community growth. Now,
Mhm.
as you read through this, there's a lot of, if there's a Venn diagram, there's a lot of overlapping parts here just due to the
Yeah.
nature of the way that all these pieces fit together. And they have a lot of really great diagrams to kind of just help give you that visual understanding of where are things going or how do different parts of the platform play into each other. How does it help RDAC? How does it help the user? But I'm interested to see where they're going with the data from on and off chain sources to analyze user behavior, because they mentioned that a few times, and I think it's basically saying like how are people using our platforms and what can we learn from that to develop something that's even more targeted or create a better product market fit. Knowing that a number of their products have been around for a while already, I'd really be interested to learn more about what have they already learned, right? What have they already done with that data?
Yeah.
I also think it's a little different from the way that we think about user data being used in a web 2 or even an offline way where credit card transactions and who's tracking me. I think on web 3, when it's just the wallet address and it's either anonymous or pseudo anonymous, I think this people might feel like it's less invasive knowing that it's just the wallet that's being the activity within these web 3 programs. So
Mhm.
I'm curious to see how people react to that over time, because they're being very forthcoming about using user data. So it'll be interesting just to see if people feel differently knowing that it's coming from a web 3 platform versus insurance tracking you or credit cards tracking you, that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
I really would love to have like Sean on the show, which I know that he said that he would come on the show at some point or another when he's got some time. But I really want to learn like what exactly did he learn from the beginning of all this? Like what would he have done different from the launch to everything that he's done so far? Like what would be something different that he would change?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm curious to hear from his perspective. Is Redacted a big cruise ship that takes a while to move? That it's
Mhm.
slow to move, or is it still small and nimble enough that it can move because it's maybe more modular with these different products that you can kind of slow down on this side and speed up on this side, or reallocate resources
Yeah.
there. Within this white paper, and again, this is a snapshot in time, there's a number of products listed in their portfolio. And so I think it'll be cool for you and I to kind of go through these in depth over time and kind of, highlight different products in here so we can better understand what they're doing, especially as RDAC holders, we can better understand what the use case is for each of these. So they do list a number of these here. I think the bigger names that we've seen floating around are FlashX, Mintify, and
I mean, we've done
Airtag.
demos of a few of them.
Yeah, right. We've done the demo of Swiper. We've done the demo of FlashX, but there's a number here, and again, this is only going to grow, right? They've said a number of times in here that there's 15 products right now, and they're going to keep growing and expanding.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so I think it's worth a read, even if it's just a page at a time for anyone who just wants to kind of better understand. This shows that this is a real product. This is not a meme coin. Meme coins don't do a white paper that's this
Meme
long
coins
and
don't
detailed
do
and spelled
even
out.
real coins don't do half of the things that they're doing.
Exactly. So I think this just shows the legitimacy of it
Yeah.
and the true intention of what they're trying to build and being very transparent about it. So I really respect and appreciate that, especially as a holder. I can kind of feel comfortable knowing this is worth holding on to versus I don't know what they're up to. I should just sell now before it dumps.
Yeah. I don't see why people would sell now. I mean, you got the Jeters that will go in and sell at it's whatever point just to make their whatever dollars they're trying to make. But other than that, I think that this coin has a lot of potential. I think it'll go really far, and we'll see what happens. I mean, there's a lot of plans behind it, so we'll see.
Yeah, definitely a lot of things happening. You can tell by just following on Twitter, following Casey and Sean and some of the other guys on the PG group.
Yeah.
There's things happening. They are relentless in making moves there.
Yeah.
Mickey,
Where's our
first
floor
time
price?
listener. Good. First time listener. Thanks for joining us.
What's our floor price? Do you know?
Sure. I do not. No. Let's go to. I figured out how to look at your favorites. By the way, on Magic Eden, when you favorite a project,
You just figured that out now?
I knew how to favorite it. I couldn't find where my favorites went. It's not obvious. Okay, I don't appreciate it.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm starting to like OpenSea a lot more now.
Really?
The new OpenSea, yeah.
Okay. So Magic Eden is showing us a
That's what
0.005.
you're gonna say? Okay.
Okay, why do you like Magic? Why do you like OpenSea better?
Have you played around with it?
Sometimes I click a link and I end up on that, and sometimes somebody posts a link and they end up on Magic Eden.
Which one do you like best as of right now? The new OpenSea or Magic Eden?
I told you I have issues with Magic Eden. I have some serious.
So you like
User-
OpenSea, the new OpenSea?
The new OpenSea. Let's go look at it.
Do you like it or not? It's the question.
I
You
do
have to
like
answer
it. It's they. I don't know that there's much of a difference from a user experience to me for the things that I do. I'm looking at projects that people are posting.
That's 'cause
I'm not
you,
searching for NFTs to buy. I'm not
you just
looking for
look
new
at stuff.
projects.
You're like
I'm
a
not
5-year-old.
tracking trends. Yeah, I'm just clicking
It's
links. Somebody
visual.
posts a link, I'll click it. I'll click anything.
You're one of those people that just look at pictures.
Yes.
Wait,
Yes.
Wait, when you get when you get something you got to build, you just look at the pictures. You don't read anything on it.
Oh no, I got it. Don't worry. Pictures are good enough.
So you just look at the pictures. Are you an IKEA guy?
Listen, I'm an IKEA guy.
With
They
the
don't have
pictures?
words for a reason because it's international. It's meant to be almost any language, right? There's a lot of arrows and people with happy faces and sad faces and ouchy faces. I'm born and bred out of
Glad
the
you know
Lego
that.
ecosystem. Okay, Lego instructions don't have words; they just have arrows.
That is not
colors.
true. They have words.
What are you talking about?
Some of them have words.
Lego instructions have words.
Yeah, some of them do.
I would. Okay, that is not true.
I
do
was
they
just
say?
building some F1 Lego stuff the other day.
And there was I built an F1 Lego set too.
Yeah,
You
there's
tell me there was
words.
words in there.
Did
Oh
you
boy,
skim through the words and just looked at the pictures? Is that what happened?
there are no words.
Oh
That
my
is not
God,
how
all right.
Lego instructions work. Oh boy, Vicky, do you play with Legos? And when I say play with, I mean like build things with
These are
Legos.
adult Legos. I just want to make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, they're action figures. They're not toys. Oh my god, should we pull up some Lego instructions? Lego.
No, let's keep going. Let's go to the floor price. That's what we were doing right now.
Ferrari
Floor prices. That's where we're at right now.
F1 building instructions.
Before your boss calls you, you got to get on a call.
Don't worry about him. I've got a point to prove. Let's check out. Okay.
Words. Look at that. Words.
I'm gonna
Words.
okay, these are not the instructions, bro.
Go ahead. Download.
Let's download. Select the
Download.
instructions you want. Your claim is that when I look at the instructions on how to assemble the car, there's going
That's
to
not
be
what
words.
I said. I said there's
Okay.
words in there.
Not the actual instruction. There's no words of instruction.
There's words in there. That's it.
There's words in there. Okay. I'll give you there's
Oh, I
words
said.
in there. There are no words for the instructions.
Download it. Let's see what
Oh
happens.
my god.
Hey, look at all that. It's a lot of words in the front.
Look at this. Where are the words?
Go up.
It
You
doesn't
passed
say-
it already. There's
It doesn't say
words
connect
everywhere.
the body to the legs. It doesn't say put the hat on the person.
This is like made for you right here. Picture, put this here.
Yeah. This is how I was, brought up. This is how my brain was wired.
Go up.
Anyway, I think we all know that I'm right and you're wrong. And
No, all I said was that there's
You're-
words in there. So if you scroll all the way up, there's
I
words
see
up there.
arrows. I see flip it over. I mean, at best, there's numbers, right? Of course, there's numbers. I'll give you that.
There's definitely numbers there. Oh, look, words.
But these are not
Look, more
instructions
words.
on how to
Go up.
build.
That's not what I said, though. I said there's words in there. Look, words.
You've been wrong a lot lately.
I
And
don't
if
know what
only
you're
people
talking
could
about.
see our
There's-
text
I see
message
words.
conversations.
I see a lot of words in page
If
2 right there.
only people could see our text message conversations. Oh, shit.
The ones that,
I closed the whole
the
window.
ones that you don't even understand because you're somewhere else. I don't know.
Don't worry about me.
You know what? You should put that text message up. The one from yesterday.
No. I don't
No,
want to
should.
embarrass you
No,
as,
you should. You should.
as an alcoholic.
You should.
Maybe when we cover that product, we'll show that text message. All right, let's get ready for our battle.
No, we haven't even looked at floor prices yet.
Okay, you're right. I got distracted proving you wrong.
This is why I didn't want to go into the Lego thing. I told you.
Oh boy, you're right. You got me. Okay, the floor price of Think Agent Bundle. Is that what you want to look at? No. Okay. So Rebel Land sitting at 0.005.
Okay.
Now, can we do some quick math on what is 0.005? 0.005 times 2,700. That's $13.50.
Mhm.
Our prize pool today is more than that. So, you have a chance of earning back the cost of an ant today, as we don't have as many people registered for battle as we have in the past. So, just something to think about,
We got
especially as the prize
84
pool goes
listed.
up.
That's not bad.
Huh? I'm sorry?
84 are listed. That's not bad.
No.
Oh, shoot.
and a
Look
half.
at this red one. Is that matching? Is that a matching one?
What are
The
you looking
second
at?
one in. No. The second one in.
This one?
Yeah.
No, that's not matching. This one is
No.
matching. This one's pretty. Look at that one.
Ooh.
That one is pretty.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah, let's see if there's any other.
Oh, look at the yellow one. Wow, people are listing some good ones.
Yeah. So today is what is it? Which one is today? Today is Shogun versus Bushi.
Shogun versus Bushi.
All right, let's take a look at some other. Oh boy,
Let's go to Saints.
because it's on ETH.
What?
This is the problem with this website. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, Saints on ETH.
Why are we Saints?
3% listed. Floor price of 0.0349.
Nice.
Yes. The price in US dollars is it's actually not too unstable when you think about the price of ETH changing.
Yeah.
So this is
About $100, right?
Yeah, about $100.
Yeah.
$91.
That's not bad. Yeah.
No. So look what happens when I go back to home.
Yeah.
It's putting me back on ETH, even though I didn't start on ETH. I started on this one, which is all chains.
Oh,
Now it's only showing the ETH favorites because it defaults me to the ETH tab.
What is the Jira floor? 0.14. I see.
0.14.
Anything good on the floor?
I paid about
Ooh,
triple
I like
that when I bought mine a couple weeks ago.
I like that second one there.
Yeah, that's actually a cool background layer.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that one's pretty nice.
Nice.
I'm a fan of the glowing hair.
I do like that. Yeah.
If you were to just tell me that something had glowing hair, I would think it doesn't look good, but this is very well executed. Just in the colors and the shadows there. So it is nice. Very nice. All right. When I go back home, let's click on our apes. Favorites. Chump sitting at 48. All right.
Yeah, somebody just swept Chumps, and it wasn't me.
Look at that. It's up 19%.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And they've got 6% listed, 368. So, yeah, some good looking ones out here. This one, look at this. This one's hot.
Oh, I like that.
Match the shirt. It's beautiful.
White, yeah.
White skin there, yeah. White fur. Good shit. Okay, what else you want to look at?
Vicky's collection. Let's look at that.
I'm going to go back to ETH because this doesn't remember where you came from. Okay. Get your shit together.
Send an email to Magic Eden like you usually do to other people.
I do send a lot of emails. Name of the collection is what?
Really?
I don't know it.
Oh my god, you suck.
I haven't pulled it up in a while.
You have it.
Is it End?
This guy, Vicky. Unbelievable.
Cute. So yeah, it's an ampersand there. Oh man, look at that one. 5th most rare, sitting right there. Oh, it's unlisted. Should we look at the listed ones? Jeez.
No, I don't think she has anything listed.
Oh, none are listed.
No. Because she's still minting, I believe.
Yeah. I guess nobody wants to get rid of theirs. That's a good sign.
No, that's good, yeah. Yeah, some good ones there. Man, Hans gets all the good ones too. I don't know how he does it. It just magically happens. He's
a lucky man. Lucky guy. Lucky guy. Yeah, these are nice.
Yeah, I like the color scheme on them.
The gradients on all of them is just
Yeah,
on
really good.
point. On point. And the cards that she's been making,
Oof,
they
yeah.
look good. They're very. I get inspired by them to make cards for Rebel Ants because I do think there's an outlet there for the mechanics of what we have built, what we're building, that it could translate into a card
You
game.
want to do cards? We could do cards.
Here's the thing: I think if you had a dice,
If
and
you want
you
cards,
kind of-
I'll give you cards, buddy.
I think with a
Just
die,
because I like you.
1 die or 2 die plus cards and the gangs and some of the
I'm asking you,
attributes.
do you want cards? You say yes or no.
I do. I think I want to
Fine,
come up
done,
with a good use for them.
done,
We have to make
done,
a good story for
done.
them.
Done. We're gonna get cards now.
Okay, we're making cards. We're making cards. Maybe Vicky can mentor us on how to make the cards. So, looking good here.
Yeah, those
We
look
should
good.
do cards. Yeah,
Ooh, look at this one right there.
I agree. We see the thing is we have power already built into the NFT. We have gangs already built into the NFT. So then you could have sort of like these enhancer cards. Like, okay, if you have 3 samurai, you get this sort of bonus, whatever it is. You get an extra roll of the die or something like that,
Yeah.
right? And if we're doing things based off of probability,
Ooh, I wonder if I should put the cards with the toy. Just give me an idea.
card comes with the toy.
Yeah. No?
Yes and
Yes and no?
no. Yes and this is how you improv. This is how you support, keep something going. I'm not shooting it down. Yes and there's only a handful of toys designed, right?
Yeah, it's only 3 different ones.
So card wise, either we do an entirely new card set separate from the NFTs themselves.
The toys are expensive. That's the problem.
Yeah. You're not going to make 5,555 toys for sale. So it's like, okay,
No, I mean I could, but no.
I could. Can we
They're
sort these by
expensive.
rarity?
If you know what, if I had like my own 3D printer, I wouldn't mind doing it.
Look how cool this mushroom is here. No.
That is cool.
Look at that mushroom. Beautiful. So cool. Love it. All right. What else do you want to look at?
That's it.
That's
Unless
it.
you got something else you want to look at.
I just want to share this one thing that came up on an Ape Spaces yesterday, that the Dead Fellows are releasing an Ape Chain project. And there is some skepticism about the good or bad intentions of this being launched. But it's launching June 5th. If you're a Dead Fellows holder, I think you get a free mint. And otherwise, I think it's like $1. I think it's $1 or 1 ape to mint
For Dead Fellas?
for this project,
Oh.
Ghost Machine. So Ghost Machine is a hyperpop art PFP collection coming to ApeCoin. There's gonna be 50,000 of them, and the supply 50,000 and $1 to mint. So like an ape and a half,
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what they do, expanding from their ETH collection and now going to have an ape. So I think this is just a good use case to follow along and say, did they find a benefit? Did they expand their audience? Whatever that is. So something to keep an eye on. Okay, that's what I got. Should we battle it up?
Let's battle it up.
All right.
Why
I
not?
didn't set up the battle yet, so
Oh
stand
my God.
by.
Suck.
I've been busy with you.
What am I to do with you?
I know. And we got to close the portal, so hold on.
You haven't even closed the portal yet?
No.
Christ, this guy.
I know. Okay, so we have the Shogun and the Bushi. We got
Surprised
the Shogun,
Hans is not watching today.
Shogun and Bushi. Let me wrap up the portal.
Hey, the Nightbot still says mint your own Rebel Land.
I gotta get rid of that Nightbot. You're right.
You just shit together.
I know. All right, we're closing the battle, the portal rather, and
How many wallets register for this one?
not as many.
What's
Not
the
as
community?
many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 10.
That's not bad.
No. But that's the beauty of our system is it's just percentage based. So it doesn't actually matter how many people. So Shogun are 68%. and the Bushi are 31.48%. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You know what we need before we can battle, right?
Some music.
The music. Yes.
Vicky forgot to register hers.
Vicky! We talked about this.
I was tired.
All right, Luna's in. It's time, Luna. When the
Luna
music is on, when that music hits, that's when Luna shows up.
I know. It's only when the music hits. You see a comment from Luna.
All right. Battle number 6. Is that right?
Number 7, bro.
8, 9, 10. No, I think this is 6. Let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6.
No, what are you talking about? We're in number 7.
Oh my god. We did Ronin Samurai. 1, 2,
3, 5. Oh, you're right.
4, 5, and now
You're right, bro. You're right.
Wow.
I'm drinking my Batman coffee.
Okay, good stuff. 2 gangs are fighting. The first gang, the Shogun, has a 68.5% chance to win, and the second gang, the Bushi, has a 31.48% chance to win. Simulate the outcome one time and list the results by telling a 4-paragraph story. Only give 1 paragraph at a time, and I will tell you when to give the next paragraph. Let the battle begin. The sun barely crested the distant mountains as the Shogun gang assembled in full force.
Wait. It's so dramatic. ChatGPT is so dramatic at the beginning of each story.
It's so good.
It's so good. All right, go. Sorry.
Dressed in black lacquered armor with crimson accents, their numbers moved in disciplined unison, a silent threat against the chaos below. Across the ravine, the Bushi emerged, fewer in number but burning with a restless defiance. Wielding curved blades and tribal war paint, they shouted oaths into the morning wind, daring the Shogun to descend. With a single motion from their general, the Shogun surged forward, silent as shadows, intent on crushing resistance before it could rise. Next paragraph. The first clash echoed like thunder across the valley. The Shogun hit hard, their formation tight, breaking the Bushi's left flank with a relentless precision. Steel clanged and dust rose, but the Bushi fought back with wild intensity, targeting the Shogun's rear with quick ambushes and traps laid among the rocks. For a moment, it looked as if Shogun might falter. 2 of their captains were pulled from their horses and dragged into the melee. But discipline held. Can you imagine ants riding horses? The Shogun regrouped, pressing forward with mechanical efficiency, their eyes void of emotion, but full of purpose. All right, quick look at the comments. We got Heisenberg.
Oh, Heisenberg.
We got Odum, thank you for joining. Howdy.
Hello.
And Vicky is loving the drama. Blood streaked the ravine floor as the midday sun beat down mercilessly. The Bushi, though battered, launched a desperate counteroffensive led by a masked warrior wielding twin blades. They tore through the Shogun's vanguard in a frenzied push, rallying their scattered fighters with roars of defiance. For a heartbeat, it seemed as if momentum had shifted until the Shogun commander stepped forward. Whoa! Cloaked in a mantle of obsidian armor, he gave no war cry, only a nod. A hidden unit of archers revealed themselves atop a ridge, unleashing a hail of arrows that turned the Bushi's charge into a massacre. Ugh, it's disgusting. Ready for the final paragraph? Yes.
Yeah.
As the dust settled and cries faded into silence, only a handful of Bushi remained standing, wounded, cornered, and defiant to the last breath. The Shogun encircled them, weapons drawn, but unmoved by rage or triumph. Their leader stepped through the lines, saluted the courage of his foes with a silent bow, and gave the signal. The final blows were swift, clean, and respectful. When the plateau was cleared, the Shogun stood alone under a crimson sky, victorious not just by strength, but by ruthless precision. The Bushi were no more. Fallen warriors remembered only by the scars left in the stone.
Bushi's out.
Damn! Bye-bye, Bushi.
Damn.
Okay. Well, congratulations to the Shogun. You have reigned victorious again. That was Oh no, was that their first battle? That was the Shogun's first battle.
Yeah.
Nice. So we'll move them into the next round. And they are now victorious. Now, again, we only had a few people participating, which means the payout is even greater, right? For those people that participated. We're splitting $75 among a handful of people.
Yeah, no, that's not bad.
Which is really, really a good win.
Yeah, I mean, people should be happy when not a lot of people join.
I know.
You paid more, yeah.
I know. Let's take a look at this. Let's see. When we say that Shogun won,
Heisenberg won.
There we go. Let's see how many people are actually part of this. Let's pull it up. Let's pull up the downloads. All right. Only 3 people.
A part of the payout? Wow.
Yeah,
nice.
and that the math worked there correctly. So 3 people are going to split $75. You can see it here: $30, $24, and $20.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Heisenberg's happy.
Yeah. So again, that's more than the price of an ant. All you had to do was submit 1 ant, and you would have won something.
Yeah.
Out of that 75%. So really cool. Glad to see that. Let's wrap up that battle, and we will move on. We have one more battle left at $75. Then we move into the $150 prize pool.
Yeah.
Which the first round. So the next round is Warrior versus Kenshi. There you go, Heisenberg. Now, did Heisenberg get to use his Red Ranger in that? I don't know what gang the Red Ranger is. We'd have to take a look. But the next battle is Warrior versus Kenshi.
I don't think so, because if he did, the percentage would have been super high.
He said he got 40%. Yeah, so he might have done that. We got Warrior versus Kenshi up next. Maybe that'll be Sunday night when we do Rebel Ants Radio. What do you think?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, so we'll be live again on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll do Warrior versus Kenshi, and then we move into $150 battle rounds. So as much as I want more people to participate, it is cool when people get a decent size payout from these battles. So we have 2 battles at $150 prize pool, and then the final battle is $250. So
who's paying all this?
I'm sorry?
Who's paying all this? You?
I don't ask questions. I just send numbers somewhere.
Glory and stuff.
I don't ask questions. I just assume it gets done. That's all. My job is to click buttons, okay?
You suck. Do you want to talk about real quick about season 2?
Season 2. Do you want to talk about season 2?
Yeah, go ahead.
No. Do you?
Oh, do I want to talk about
it?
You can start. I'll join in. I like when you talk.
Do you?
I do.
I get this. You should all know that I get this long feedback form from Miguel after every show, and it's like timestamped with "This was not good. This should be better next time. Why did you say this? How come you weren't looking at the camera enough?" It's like this terrible
that is not
micromanagement, and I can't imagine how people IRL deal with you, because you are a monster.
That is not true. I don't do that to Vicky.
I'm gonna start calling you boss. You're my boss. I can't change your name because you're a wait, can I edit name? No, because you're a collaborator.
Are you gonna I thought you were really.
But you know what I can do? You're gonna love this. I can't change your name, but I might be able to add something. Not from here. Hold on. I can do it from this. Watch this. Watch this. We're gonna get it done right.
Oh.
First, we're gonna just edit this.
Look, my name was edited already.
Boss.
How cool is that?
Just put it right over your head there.
I hate you so much.
Can I make this bigger now? We just want to make this much bigger. We want to make it a brighter color.
Come on, let's talk about season 2.
Hold on. I really just want to upset you more. That's my goal here.
I hate you.
What color can we make this? Can we make it yellow? Yes, like a greenish yellow. Okay, we're getting there. And can I make the font size bigger? Yes. Oh, yes, this is good.
What are you doing?
Right there. How's that?
No.
Okay, boss. You got it, boss. Comic Sans. Yes, Comic Sans for the win. I agree. Can we just see what that would look like? I think we have Comic Sans.
Oh my god.
We're not done yet. We're almost done. Font. Um, open. No, no.
How do we get him started? Why do
I know. We could do something fun though, like permanent marker. Give you a little boss like that. Boom. We got the boss. Okay, let's talk about season 2. Season 2. Season 2 of Battle for the Colony is going to be interactive. Now, the mechanics of the original battle still exist, where you're going to submit ants based on the gangs battling into battle each week, and that creates a total, right? So right now we have the total gang points. That number, by the time the portal closes, is going to represent the hit points for each gang. So think about it as the life of that gang, how much health it has. What then happens is each gang will go back and forth selecting an action that will either take away hit points or add hit points in like a healing manner. And then the battle will go back and forth until one gang gets down to 0. That's obviously the losing gang. Then the payout will work the same way based on your contribution to the starting hit points of that. So let's see. Should we look at the example that we came up with?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Don't yell at me, please.
We're also moving to Ape. Just throwing it out there.
You're right. So moving to Ape means that prizes will be paid out in Ape, which means you won't need to submit a Sol wallet for prizes because Ape is an EVM on top of Ethereum. So being that your ants exist in a ETH wallet, your payout will be through the same thing. So let's look at our example here. Let's do a little screen share action. Stop yelling for a minute, please. Okay. Everyone calm down. Stop yelling at me. Okay, so this has a much more detailed prompt, and this is to help set the guidelines of the game. So you'll have to bear with me as we read through this, but it's just to show how much more detailed it is and complex than season 1 of what we're doing. So 2 gangs of ninja ants are fighting. The example here is the warriors with a starting hit point value of 5,000. So think of this as the total gang points. And the samurai with a starting hit point value of 3,600. They are going to take turns choosing one of 3 battle actions, which each reflect a percentage of their starting hit points. That is important. I learned this the hard way. Starting hit points, because if I keep taking 10% off of the existing current health points, you'll never get to 0, right? You just keep reducing by 10%, you'll never get to 0. So it has to be off the original amount. You will apply the selected battle action result to the current hit point value of each gang and keep a tally of their hit points while telling a story of the battle as it progresses through each action until one gang is defeated by having their hit points reduced to 0. Now, here are the 3 battle actions that we came up with. As we're reading this, if you have any feedback or comments, drop them in so we can hear what your thoughts are. So battle action number 1 is a basic strike, which can reduce the other gang's hit points by 20% to 30%. And the AI randomly selects what the percentage is from that range. So it could be 20, it could be 30, right? And again, even those numbers we're going to continue to play around with and experiment with just to make sure the game is balanced and doesn't go on forever. Battle action 2 is an advanced strike, which can reduce the other gang's hit points by 5% to 50%. So it has a wide range of being really deadly or not deadly at all. Battle action 3 is heal, which increases a gang's own hit points from 5 to 50%. So using that same range, it can either be a really big heal or not much at all. What we learned is there should only be one time that you can heal, and it should never go above the starting hit point, which was something we learned through testing. At random, you will pick which gang goes first, and I will tell you the battle action that is selected. Then you'll tell me the percentage of that action from the previously provided range while telling a story. So it said the battle begins with 2 deadly ninja ant clans, the warriors. By random draw, the samurai will strike first. Tell me which battle action they chose. So this is where you, as the viewer, the participant, will be either in the portal or probably the portal. You'll now have an option on your screen if you are the samurai to select, 1, 2, or 3 or ABC. You'll only be able to vote on the move for the gang you submitted for. So just playing through this, I chose 2 as the advanced strike. So remember, the range is 5% to 50%, and it played out as this. A sharp gust of wind rips through the battlefield as the blue-robed samurai ants leap into action. And I like that it says blue-robed and it has the blue dot next to samurai. Their leader, blade glinting under the sun, delivers a devastating flurry of slashes aimed at the core of the warrior formation, and it chose 37% to do damage. So 37% out of that range of 5 to 50. It now shows me what that amount was, and it shows me what the new hit point total is. So it's keeping track for us as we go, so we can really follow along the story. After that, the Warriors chose 1 for basic strike, and remember that range was 20 to 30%. That did 23%, and now here's our new totals. So this went back and forth. I'll show you where I did the heal. The heal was over here. The samurai chose action heal, and this healed for 42% of the starting HP. So it almost brought him back up to full. So that's kind of the risk, or the opportunity there is it could be a really big heal, and we're going to make it so you can only use it once, maybe twice. We'll play around with it, but not infinitely, because otherwise, again, the battle would never end. They just kept healing. Yeah. So anyway, so played out all the way. Again, this is just doing some testing here, and by the end, the samurai won the battle. You can see the last blow here was an advanced strike for 8%, but it did enough damage. It did 400 damage, and there was only 100 damage left, 100 HP left.
Boom. And then the warriors are dead.
So that'll be the back and forth. We don't want it to take too long each time, but we do want it to be a little more engaging. So at least like 4 rounds of back and forth, I think would probably play out based on these options. And that's where we just need to tweak those ranges a bit. But we think this can be more exciting, and this can also develop into something bigger. There's no reason this couldn't be even a solo match where you're wagering against the AI, right? Or something that you can do on an app, right? So I think there's a lot of opportunity here. And again, it's just us kind of evolving from where season 1 was. We always said season 1 was testing and building, and now we're going to try something even more engaging to build on top of what we did in season 2.
Correct.
Boom.
I like how the samurai remains at 432, and then the warriors are 100. Like it wasn't that far off,
No, it got close, right?
Yeah, and it's all user based, so that's what's cool about it. That is user based, using AI too at the same time, which is pretty cool. I like this, using both worlds. You're right there.
Yes, all good. All right, what else you got?
That's all I got, man.
All right. Well, we appreciate everyone hanging out with us this morning. If it is morning for you, if it is not morning, then GM, GA, GN, and we'll see you Sunday.
Peace out. See you Sunday.
Deuces.